Good evening, gentlemen. Today we're going to look over connections for the RS-485 with Prolink to make sure we can make a connection right off the bat or find out why it's not connecting and correct it. Okay? So first thing we're going to start with is identifying the converter. This is a RS-485 converter. And with this, we make a connection from the mass flow meter to the computer so that we could use Prolink on a computer. There is a USB connection that goes to the computer, as you can see, and then two wires to the meter, to the RML. All right. Now those two wires, you see, they're red and black, and I'm going to show you what happens if they're switched. On the converter itself, there's 4 pins on the back, and these 4 pins, all of them have to go to the right. Set for RS-485, echo off, 2-wire and 2-wire. Okay. How do you set them? Take a small screwdriver and you push the pins in one direction or the other. All right. So that is in terms of the converter. If we look over here where you have power supply, you have power supply to 1, and 2. And then you have communication wire on 3 and on 4. All right. And obviously the last connection is over here with a USB. And that'll be your connections to the meter to operate with Prolink and do the settings on the meter, any calibration or what have you. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the steps to go ahead and make a connection, and just watch closely on the timing of the of turning on and off the equipment. So right now we're looking at our power supply is 24 volts. We'll go ahead and try to make a connection. Hopefully we're successful the first time. If not, we'll try to find out why not and correct it. But as you can see, these are the COM ports. You got COM 1, COM 2, COM 3, and COM 4. Okay? It has to be in stop bits 1. Has to be parity none. Baud rate 9600. And Modbus RTU. So here we'll get ourselves ready to make a connection. So we're going to press this button right here where it says connect. All right. Again, here's our power supply. We're going to turn on the switch. Upon turning on the switch, we're going to count to 3 and then hit connect. Let's see how successful we are in the first try. So turning on now. 2, 3. Connect. All right, here we go. We are connected already to Prolink. It could have been, instead of 3, it really counted to 5. We're okay, as long as you stay within those 8 seconds. But don't pass 8 seconds because it's not going to connect. So now I'm going to show you if we wait longer than 8 seconds, what's going to happen. All right. So here we're ready to connect. I'm going to go ahead and power up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. connect. Failed to establish communication. Okay? So, again, if you wait too long, you're going to get a failure error on the Prolink, and it's going to tell you you have not connected. And that has to do with the timing. You got to connect within those 3 to 5 seconds. At this point, I'm going to show you what happens if your wires are crossed. Again, and these are the communication wires. So I have red on red, and then I have black on the last one here. I'm going to go ahead and swap those around and then try to make a connection. What I'm trying to show you here is that you may think you have everything correct, but those two wires are swapped, so those two wires are incorrect. So what will happen, I'll go ahead and set this up for connection, and I'll get ready to power up. Okay, so again, I've swapped the wires and we're ready to try a connection. We go 1, 2, 3. Fail to establish a connection. Okay, why? Well, we know because we swapped the wires. Okay, also what I like to do is when I shut it off, I like to shut it off for at least 20 seconds before I start it back up or start manipulating the power supply or Prolink. But that's just me. Anyway, again, we re-swap the wires, put them back again where they belong. And once the wires are in, I'm going to attempt again to make a connection. And I'll do it within those 3 seconds. And we should be okay. All right. So power. 1, 2, 3. Start. There it goes. Successful connection. We're going to try to see what happens if we change the COM port from 4 to 3. Okay, so we go up here, and here's COM 4, and we're going to move it to 3. And leaving it on 3, we get ready to connect over here and power up. 1, 2, 3. So once you see it taking its time like that, you know it's not going to connect. See? Modbus server not found. Program terminating. So didn't make a connection because the COM port wasn't the correct COM port setting on Prolink. So if I go back and switch from COM 3 to COM 4. Correcto. And then we're going to do a connection and see what happens. So I'm going to power down, and I'm going to wait how long? 20 seconds, right? Okay, so I'm going to get ready to turn it on. And I throw power on. 1, 2, 3. Make a connection. And there we are.